did you make of all of it? This is drama of the highest order, Gary.
Wow, it sure was. It sure was. What a second half, especially for Chelsea. You know, we expected a reaction going in 2-0 down, but the reaction was superb. The subs made a hell of a difference. And yeah, drama towards the end. You know, the red card, deservedly so as well. Tadibo, you can't be doing that. You know, it's an easy decision for a red card. And it's a blow for West Ham because they played Burnley next. But from a Chelsea point of view, credit to Chelsea. The reaction was brilliant. You know, when they turned that game around from 2-0 down, where they looked dead and buried, to win 3-2. Fair play.
It's the first time in the Premier League era, Ray, that they've managed to come from 2 goals down at half-time to win a game. You have to feel for West Ham, who were in control at half-time.
Absolutely, yeah. They've done everything right, West Ham, going into the break. And I think we look at it, back at it, and say, probably I picked the wrong team from the start. But the good thing about him, he made the decision to change it. And it seemed to work in that second half. But West Ham, you feel for them a little bit because they'd done everything in that first half right. And then the third goal was always going to be so important. And Chelsea got it, and that lifted the whole stadium. And they've gone on to win the game. But brilliant game of football, absolutely brilliant.
A 5-goal thriller. Stamford Bridge booed Chelsea.
Mark, that was an incredible comeback. How did you do it?
Yeah, well, I think at the halftime we speak. We improve some bits. At the end is about the mentality, about the desire. I think we show it in the second half, and we are very happy.
How much did Liam Rosenior say to you at half-time that things had to change? What was it in particular?
Well, I think they said it's about us. If we go to press, if we want the ball, if we play with confidence, we can create chances. This is what we do it, and we are very happy for these 3 points because it's very important for us.
Joao, with some very strong words at half-time, because the first half, it wasn't acceptable, was it?
Yeah, sometimes this can happen, but you have a stronger squad. I think you show again one more time why you are capable to do it, and now you need to look forward and keep going like this.
How pleased are you with the strength of the team and the way they attacked that second half?
I think we know our power. I think when they first play with us, we have more energy to do like this, to do the comeback. So yeah, another special day, and when you have a great game on Tuesday as well.
Mark, even though there was only one half of football to do it, were you confident you could get the 3 goals?
Yeah, well, I know we are tough, but we have a very good players, very good team. I think we adjust some bits, and then since the start of the second half, we show a lot of energy, a lot of desire, and with this tunnel, if we play always with this energy, I think we are able to win a lot of games.
This is the story of the game at Stamford Bridge. West Ham very much controlling the first 45, and then Chelsea in the second half managing to fight back. I know the cliche is a game of 2 halves, but this really was a game of 2 halves, Gary.
It was, yeah. Do you know what? I love what I saw second half, and I say that because, you know, you go in 2-0 down, there was boos ringing around the stadium. You know, they had the altercation with a fan on the way off, who's probably the same fan who was dancing and jumping around at the final whistle. But that's football, and it's about a reaction to come out second half and to not accept them levels and to improve and push each other, and to come out, you know, at the end of that game with 3-2. Credit to them.
Perhaps one of the biggest reactions came just before the second half kicked off, and it was from Liam Rosenior, because, you know, we talked about those subs. It was the subs you wanted to see. You hope for an impact from the bench, but this couldn't have gone better.
No, it's dreamland for the manager making these subs, but I agree with what Ray said earlier, and I think he picked the wrong team to start off with. It's easy to say in hindsight, but I think that, you know, I understand why, because the game midweek took a lot out of the lads, but maybe too many changes. But what I did like is he reacted very quickly and made the substitutions, which ultimately, you know, made the difference. This first goal here, Fofana breaks out, he eats the ground up in front of him and delivers a wicked ball. And then, you know, the header back across. I mean, Ray knows more about attacking than...
Yeah, that was a fantastic header, it really was. You know, Fofana getting into an area, and he puts a brilliant ball in, it really is. And it's a great header, by the way, because he just had to direct it. It looked like it was a difficult header as well, because it looks like he's a little bit past him, but he just gets enough on it, just dinks it into that far corner. And what a great goal that was from Pedro. And you can see the reaction from the fans. We said the third goal was always going to be vital for either side, and Chelsea really got a lift from that. But
yeah, that was the 2 subs combining Fofana with the assist, and then the goal from João Pedro Cucurella, then the other sub also getting involved.
Yeah, another good deep cross to the back post, and, you know, a good header back across. Cucurella, you see, make the run there, goes wide. Again, another brilliant header across the goal, and gives it Delap an opportunity. There it is. across the goal, Delap, he'd be disappointed that he didn't get on the end of that, but Cucurella's there. Just sniffies a little bit of a chance to get a header in. This is the one, though. It looks like they missed their chance, but Cucurella reacts the quickest and into the back of the net, and West Ham are now going, well, what do we do now? 2-2, really up against it. But yeah, I mean, great reaction from Chelsea, it really was, and suddenly it's all Chelsea, and the fans are really willing them on to get that winner.
Yeah, they kind of withstood wave after wave of Chelsea attack, and there were moments, this probably the best, for West Ham to steal it at the end, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they'd be kicking themselves, because this was an excellent opportunity, it really was. Souček down around the back post, it's a really low one in here, and he gets a couple of deflections, and there's Todibo, who, if you hit the target, it's a goal. Simple as that. And look, he'd be absolutely kicking him, as you can see his reaction. And that could have been a winner for West Ham. So, unbelievable game of football. You've got to take your chances at times, and then obviously the winning goal here.
Yeah, and there was to be a winner on his 150th appearance today, Fernandez.
Yeah, he's proven to be a big player for this Chelsea team. He's proven to be someone that they rely on and one of the leaders. I like this little piece of play here by João Pedro. Doesn't look interested at this moment in time. Spins now. Spins away from the defender, is put into the space, and the awareness, not just to flash that across to nobody, but to pull it back. And like in commentary they said, there's a famous man called Frank Lampard who used to wear the number 8 shirt and arrive at the right time, the right place, and Enzo did that there, They're relying on João Pedro and Enzo at this moment in time, two of the top goal scorers at Chelsea. So what an end to the game, yeah, loads of drama.
An absolutely breathtaking second half, one that belonged to Chelsea, all 3 points for them after 3 goals in the second half. We're hoping
who played really well, especially in that first half. All right then, we've already had a couple of games already today. Brighton, Everton, a point apiece for them, but a massive result for Arsenal at Ellen Road against Leeds, who beat Leeds 4-0, and Bournemouth beating Wolves at Molineux. But this is what Chelsea fans will be looking for. With that victory, they move into the top 4, 2 points ahead of Manchester United, who still have to play as well, but they will be hoping that they can cement their place in that top 4. Arsenal currently 7 points clear. As for West Ham then, they stay rooted in the relegation zone, still struggling to get out of that place as they look for their hopes for safety and survival in the Premier League this season. Well, there is still plenty more football to look forward to. Super Sunday gets underway tomorrow from 12:30. Manchester United against Fulham, Aston Villa, Brentford, Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace, and then the later kick-off, Spurs welcome Manchester City. And then Monday Night Football, Jamie Carragher, Dave Jones back for Monday Night Football, and they will be focusing on Sunderland against Burnley. Slightly later time for the build-up, 7 o'clock, Sky Sports Premier League. West Ham came away from that game with nothing because of an unbelievable comeback from Chelsea, which you can see the difference from their first half performance to their second half performance. The amount of shots that Chelsea had, the big chances as well, going from 0 to 4, their expected goals. And of course, the most important thing is, of course, getting those 3 goals over the line. But it certainly was one of those games, wasn't it, where you looked at this West Ham performance and you thought they're playing really, really well here. They've made some really good chances in the first half, getting those 2 goals. You said it at the start of the second half. This 15-minute period is really important for West Ham, and Chelsea go and score. Yeah, and the legs just started to go a little bit. It was 57 minutes. They had one big chance, didn't they, before that? Didn't take it, and then the waves started to come. And he was just feeling how long they could last until that first goal was breaching them. But it was a really well-worked goal, and something that you're feeling, just the legs started to show that they started to tire in there. How much credit are you giving Liam Rosina for those changes? Because we were questioning, how do Chelsea change this? We saw that they were going to make changes at half-time. 3 really important players coming on and clearly making a difference. Yeah, I'll give him credit because he made them. But I think if you probably asked every single Chelsea fan, I think it was the easiest substitutions he probably ever had to make. You had Garnacho was having a nightmare. He had to come off the pitch. Hato was really struggling at left-back.
and then Badiashile was really finding it difficult. And West Ham was...
We've got the Chelsea manager, Liam Rosenior, with us. Liam, thank you so much for your time. First of all, how are you feeling? How are the players feeling in that dressing room after that comeback?
Many emotions. I'm so happy for the players, the fight, the spirit, the commitment they showed in the second half after a really, really difficult first half. Tactics went out the window. It was about personality and quality and character. And the players definitely showed that in the second half.
What did you say at half-time? What did you want to see change in that second half?
Well, I made 3 changes. Obviously, we had the injury to Jamie Gittins. I sensed an energy before the game. It's very difficult going away to Italy. The emotions of that game and coming back, I made changes to the team. I trust my group, but the first half performance was nowhere near the level in terms of application or energy. But I stayed really calm with them. I said we can turn what probably feels like the worst day of our season into the best day of our season. And the players were magnificent in the second half.
Liam, it's Rob Green. I was just wondering about, you talked about talking to the players in the first half saying it wasn't good enough. Do you feel that there's a concern within that group of the confidence of the guys that started in the first half, then the stark contrast that there was in the second half, that sort of first half performance compounds maybe being on the fringe of the side, not being in the strongest 11 maybe? You're feeling that sort of is a negative of the game today?
No, I think for me, I'm learning about this group very, very quickly. I've been in now 3.5 weeks. I think we've played 7 games. And I've said to them from the first day, I'm going to give them all a chance. Terrell Hatto's an outstanding young player. Badiashile's a fantastic young player. So is Ali Garnacho. It wasn't just about their individual performance. I just felt as a team, our functionality as a team wasn't there in the first half. And what I'm very pleased with, I have to say, with all of them, you can see the fight and the spirit and the energy in the group and the belief that they have. So for us as a group to come back in the second half, like we did in Napoli, shows me a lot of really, really positive things.
Liam, Jamie Redknapp, congratulations.
Hey, Jamie.
I want to talk to you that dressing room at half-time. Not an easy place to be, as you said. And then you've got to make 3 substitutions. How hard is that as a manager when obviously you haven't been at the club that long? That's obviously a difficult thing to do with confidence and everything that goes with it.
No, I think you have to do what you think is right for the team. There was no screaming or shouting. We were very calm. I changed the shape. We played more of a 4-4-2, old school, with Cole being free from the right and Pedro being free from the left. And it was more about how we win the second half than what happened in the first half. I didn't have time to talk about the first half. It was about how we played, how we got back into the game. But it's not about me. We've got some incredibly talented players here, some young players. What I loved was the energy in the stadium. That's what Chelsea's all about in the second half. Fighting, the spirit, the running, the effort. This is a local derby. And we showed in the second half all of the things I want to see in my team.
Let's talk about that winning goal, because you showed a lot of emotion there, mate. That must have felt really good. Enzo Fernandez coming in. We've seen number 8s at that club score many, many goals like this. Talk us through it.
No, look, Enzo has been magnificent. His energy levels to arrive in the box. I thought it was a great decision from João Pedro, who gave us something extra when he came on. We just tried to create overloads all over the pitch and be a little bit freer. And Enzo has been magnificent in my time with him. I love working with him. He's a winner. And I thought he was man of the match by far in terms of what he gave the team today.
And how about this celebration?
Yeah, normally I'm calm, but yeah, that's a really big moment in our season, hopefully, and it's great to celebrate with the staff who have been magnificent for me so far.
And Enzo's got 4 goals and 2 assists for you. He's having a real impact as well. A player obviously you're enjoying working with.
I love working with him. I love working with all of them, Jamie. They're a delight. They're a pleasure to work with. There's a lot of improvements to make, but honestly, we're travelling, playing, getting back, and then we're focused on the next game. We don't even have training sessions. We're doing a lot on meetings. So for the players to deliver what they're delivering for me and the club at the moment, it's all credit goes to them.
And with the week in mind, you've got a huge game in the League Cup coming up. It's just a wonderful momentum to take into that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a huge game. So these are the games you want to be involved in. We'll go there with no fear. We know we're playing against an excellent team. We will be favourites to go through for sure, but we'll give it our best shot. And if we show the resilience, the character and quality of the second half, we have a real chance to go through.
Liam, the transfer window closes on Monday, 7 o'clock. The clock is ticking. I know you've said you want to strengthen in all areas, but is there a specific area that you want to strengthen before Monday? Can we expect anything?
Possibly, but I have respect for my team. I have respect for any players who aren't in the building. I won't be telling you what position that is.
Liam, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations, 3 massive points for you today.
Thank you. Good night.
Well done, Liam.
Well done, Liam.
Thank you.
Let's have a look at that third